So, what we'll do is we'll have a run at the reverse park. Dropping in and out of roll.
Right.
As is necessary. We might not need to. You might get to the end of it and nail it. Who knows?
I doubt it.
Who knows? You just don't know, do you?
No.
And we'll just play around with it so we can see if we can perhaps help you to see what's going on during this process. Because that's one of the key things, I think, is understanding what the exam's about and why the examiner's doing the things he's doing. Because if you try and measure it up against the real world, how real people behave, his behaviour might seem a little odd. You know, to have discussed something and have agreed with you that it's a terrible thing to be doing what he's done, then to just go straight back and do it again. You think, well, that's not how people are.
Yeah.
So it can mess with your head. But if you understand the process, it helps you to understand what you need to do.
Right.
This little flow chart here is more or less the same sort of process.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you've got it written down here, you've got it written on a fault sheet that you tick off, or you've got the process locked in your head.
Yeah.
There's a very simple process that you need to go through.
Yeah.
And it's like we talked about on the workshop, that it's those very simple skills and a very small list of them. You've got to get really good at those simple things, and it should give you what you want.
Yeah.
Anything you want to ask me before we drop into roll and get started?
Oh God. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Are we starting from now?
We will do, yeah. I mean, I'll come at a roll at any point that I think there's something that might be useful to talk about. If you get stuck or you're not sure what's going on, or you're thinking, well, what's this? What's happening here? Just ask me to come at a roll and we'll just discuss it.
Okay. So, so we're going to the place. You're going to direct me where to.
I will.
To
So
go.
we'll just set it up as though it was the exam, if you like, really, the phase 2. You'll have done your phase 1.
Right.
He'll have pulled you over and he'll say, that concludes phase 1. Give me a moment to collect my my thoughts together and just make some marks on my form, which I need to do. If you looked at the form, as you signed it at the start of the test, you'll see that phase 2 is reverse parking, parallel parking. I'd like you for that to assume that I'm a pupil at the train stage. I've got my test coming up next week. My last instructor said that we needed to do a brush-up lesson on that because there was one or two things he wasn't 100% happy with. I'm not sure what he said it was, but he can't make it today. He's got a dental appointment, I think. I'm familiar with the layout and control of this car. You may call me Bob for the purposes of this exercise. Take a couple of minutes to collect your thoughts, and when you're ready, we'll begin. He'll then mark his form. So take the couple of minutes, and whenever you're ready, he'll probably say, I'll direct you to an area where we can find a practice vehicle.
Okay. Okay.
Take a couple of minutes, and when you're ready, we'll begin.
Okay. So I would say to you, so you're Bob. You're going to direct me to the place. I've got to introduce myself. I say hello. Your tutor's not here today.
Yeah, dentist, I think he said he was.
Dentist, right. So I'm going to substitute. And you want to brush up on your reverse parking?
Yeah, he said I needed to have another look at that for some reason.
Okay. So then I start by saying, right, so I'm going to direct you to where we're going to have the lesson.
All right, okay.
And then we'll begin.
Okay. So you want me to just get ready?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so do you cut picture? That's it. Okay.
If you get me to turn left out of the car park.
Okay, so at the end of the car park, just turn left. I'll just go left.
At the end of this road, get me to take the road on the left.
Okay, so at the end of this road, so at the lights I'd like you to go left.
Ooh. Did he jump that red light?
No.
It did. It's a bit naughty, isn't it? You what, sorry then?
What's behind you?
Nothing behind me, the van's going the other way. Going to go right at the end of the road and then take the first road on the right.
Okay, so at the end of the road, I'd like you to go right. Okay, so which mirrors do you check? Middle mirror and then right mirror, is that right?
Alright, yeah. I'm getting lucky this morning. And next road on the right.
Okay, so take the next road on the right. And remember the order of mirrors. Pull over on the left in a safe, legal and convenient place.
We'll go a little further down.
Oh.
I was hoping to find
a spot
a vehicle there. So we'll use this vehicle here as our target vehicle.
Okay. So, we're brushing up on what we've done with our parallel parking before, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so, can you remember what to do? We use the target car, pull up alongside it, about a metre away from it, or half car door length actually, away from it.
Yeah, then say just reverse in and then go that way, isn't it?
Yeah. But the important thing is we need to remember to be nice and straight.
All right.
In the first place, because we don't want to start off at diagonal, do we? Because that could set us up for the wrong course.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
The secret is you've got to do it at walking pace.
Yeah.
So you need to remain nice and slow. Okay, because it's about control. Okay, and accuracy.
Right.
All right. So let's see what you can do.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Do you want me to have a go?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Thought you were going to brief me there.
Nice and slow, remember. Okay. It's nice and straight. So don't forget all your observations. Just stop there for a moment. Did you see that cyclist? Had you been doing all your observations?
I saw him in the mirror earlier.
Right. Should you have stopped and waited for him?
Well, he went on the path, didn't he?
Well, then he jumped onto the road. You don't know what he's going to do you?
Oh, right.
Okay, so you need to be keeping... If you see somebody approaching, you need to be watching for what they're doing.
All right, okay.
Okay. You could have knocked him off.
All right.
Okay, now how do you feel that went?
I was a little bit close at the end, wasn't it? Not too bad though, but I had to take a shunt forward.
Yeah.
I think I might have just touched the curb with the
You
back wheel, I
did.
think.
You mounted the curb. Okay, so
Right.
why is it important that we don't mount the curb? Do you know why?
Well, it's not going to be good for the tyres, is it?
It's not good for the tyres, no. No. You could damage the car.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Okay.
So why do you think you did that?
I didn't quite... It's about judging the right time to take the steering off, isn't it?
That's right.
I thought I'd got that right, but...
Right. Well, did you talk last time about reference points?
Yeah, I think... If I remember rightly, what I did last time was I dropped my mirror a little bit, and when the tyre, like the door handle at the back,
Right.
when that lined up with the curb, that's when I went the other way. I don't think I did that time. I think I maybe I let it go in too far.
Yeah, I think what you need to do is what you've discussed last time in your lesson, and you've talked about your reference points. You've said that you've had some, so you need to remember what those reference points are.
I forgot about it, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So do you want to give it another go, remembering the reference points?
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll find a different car because they get upset.
Okay.
Use the white fan on the left.
Okay. So is that your first reference point?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I normally get that mirror more or less lined up with the back end of that one. Gives me a little bit of time to get the speed set on the way back.
Okay. So remember your second reference point. Right. Just stop for a second. Did you do your observations? Because I don't know if this man here's got a suicide mission, but every time you back up, a cyclist turns up.
Yeah, it seems to be that way, doesn't it?
So you need to make sure that you're doing all your observations.
Alright, okay.
Let's straighten
So
up.
I'll line that up there. Oh, that looks a bit better. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've got it this time. Yeah, that's better. That's better, isn't it?
It was better, but you weren't doing your observations very well as far as I could see.
Alright, you said, yeah.
Okay. It's very important that you do your observations correctly, because if you don't, you can knock somebody over.
How do you mean?
Well, you'll knock someone over. You could do, potentially. If you're not looking around the car, how will you know? You won't know that there's nobody there.
Alright,
How can we look at
you said that
preventing you
last
from
time,
doing
yeah.
that again?
I'm not sure. Okay, let it roll.
Sorry, I didn't know what to say then.
Sorry. Talk me through what happened.
Well, when we approached, I wasn't content that you were in the right place.
Okay.
The first reference point, I would have been a bit more further forward.
Okay.
But then that might be right for you, so it's difficult to...
Okay. So you had that little moment there where you're thinking...
Yeah, I'd rather have you've been a bit further forward.
So if you
to
feel
start
that
off with.
feeling again,
Yeah.
what's your options?
To say, should you be more forward? But then I'm asking you, I'm putting the onus on you.
And you said to me, what's that, your first reference point? Is that where you normally are? Yeah.
Yeah,
Were you happy with that?
not entirely.
Okay.
Was
so
I right?
Unless you're 100% happy, don't let it happen.
Right, okay. So then as we were backing up, you weren't backing up straight, you were backing up steering,
Okay.
I felt.
Okay.
So you needed to back up straight until your second reference point,
Okay.
and then put the steering on.
Okay.
But you were kind of backing up and steering at the same time.
Okay.
Was I right or wrong?
Yeah, I was backing up and I was steering at the same time. You're quite
Yeah.
right.
But then you kind of think, well, that might work for you.
Yeah. Is it a fault?
No, I don't think it is.
If it was a
is
fault, where would we end up?
Anywhere.
So where are we at right now?
We're all right.
So control, observation and accuracy were marked on here.
Yeah.
Tell me about my control. Is my control all right?
Yeah, you weren't going too fast or anything, were you?
Okay. Tell me about my accuracy. I got it wrong on the first one.
You did.
So tell me what happened after I got it wrong on the first one. Tell me what your part was in that.
Well, I felt like I'd reminded you of your reference points. And I did remind you of those.
And when you reminded me, what did I do?
I can't remember what
I said, oh, I did have one. It was
Yeah.
that door handle, that's right. I moved my mirror down a little bit. Yeah, and I got that
Yeah.
handle lined up, and then that was right, wasn't
So we
it?
didn't talk about the second one, did we?
Well, you've reminded me to check my reference point. I've played ball there by saying,
Yeah.
oh, I remember now.
Yeah, yeah,
And how's that accuracy gone then? We've got
Yeah.
okay, haven't we?
yeah. I didn't break it down to the second reference point.
But I've actually given you what you needed there.
Yeah.
I've helped with the analysis, and I've put the remedial in place.
Yeah.
Now tell me about my observations.
Right, your observations. I watched you. You did look round a little bit, but not really enough. You didn't like properly look round.
So on the
And-
first one, there was a cyclist came, wasn't there?
Yeah.
You
And
pointed to the cyclist.
came at the second one as
I
well.
think I planned it.
Did you plan it?
No, I wish I had. So tell me what happened there.
Well, he came from nowhere, didn't he?
Did he?
Well, couldn't have come from nowhere.
Nothing comes from nowhere.
No. But
You asked me, did you see him? No.
no.
Oh, you said the first one, did you see him? I saw him earlier, I saw him in the mirror. So I'm throwing you a hint there. I saw him in the mirror.
Look in your mirror and make sure you check your mirrors. Yeah.
Is it checking my mirrors that's the problem here?
Well, it's all your windows and your mirrors.
Which windows did I check?
Remember, I think you checked. Did you checked? You think you didn't. I don't know if you did your blind spot. Did you? No, you didn't. I didn't think you did.
So that's why I didn't see him.
Yeah.
I saw him in the mirror, but then he
not
disappeared.
done your
Why would he
blind
disappear?
spot.
So from within roll, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I saw him in the mirror. Did you see him here?
Right.
No. Why didn't I see him here? Just didn't look.
Can you look? Right. Right.
So let's take a step back. You didn't see me not look.
Yeah.
Why was that? Where were you looking?
Yeah.
You remember where you were looking? Where were you looking? Go on, tell me where you were looking.
Where was I looking?
When I should have been looking there, where were you looking?
I was probably looking at where
You
you
were
should
looking
have
at that
been
mirror
looking. Was I?
You were. You were looking for some reference point.
Was I? Oh yeah. It's hard, isn't it?
Yes and no. It depends what you're looking for. You're looking to match your reference point with the one I'm using. And in
Yeah.
some way help me to find the same reference point for you. Does that matter? What is it you're looking for here?
I'm looking to make sure you're doing it right.
So how do you need to do that?
Looking at you.
So during a manoeuvre, I'd be trying to get my back against that door and keep your eye on me and
Yeah.
watch that I'm doing what I should be doing and then ask me, where are you now? Tell me about your observation. Stop there. You stopped me, I thought you were on it.
Yeah.
But we sort of lost our way. You told me about it. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah. You said, no, you could have run him over. Oh, could I? Oh, right, okay.
Right. Okay.
Have I come on board or have I not?
No.
'Cause
I
I didn't
didn't
do it at the same
feel.
time.
I didn't feel that you were with me.
So you give me some good stuff. It's
Yeah.
great. You're on the ball there. You're picking up. Hang on a minute. See that there? Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you asked me on the second one, did you see him? No. Why didn't I see him? Why
Yeah.
didn't you see him?
Yeah.
Well, because you sneaked up on me. Oh, hang on a second. Where do we need to be looking? Well, all round. Were you looking all round? I thought I was. Well, clearly not if you missed him. So tell me about your observations. Where does it need to look?
Yeah.
All right, there. Why are you looking there? So we missed him. Why is that a problem? What could go wrong there? You told me it could be dangerous. Could it? Oh, okay. Am I
Yeah.
buying in? If I'd gone, ooh, I could have killed him. I'm buying in, aren't I?
Yeah.
So there's a process that we need to go through. It's all there.
Yeah.
We've got nothing to worry about. It's all there.
Really.
We just need to package it differently.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull forward and I'm going to do exactly what I did before. But this time I want you to just watch me. Never mind the
Right.
reference point. Forget that.
Okay.
Watch me and
Okay.
look what's happening.
Yeah.
And you'll see.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think that's what I want to do. Break it down and keep doing it, but then break it down and yeah, I think that'll work well.
So, let's have a little play with that. So I checked my blind spot on that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull it over.
Yeah.
Came up here. Just have a bit of...
It's hot, isn't it?
It is a little. So stopping here is fine. Is that where you would normally stop? Actually, I've gone a little bit further.
Yeah, you did fit them.
It was, okay, it was there.
About that.
So
Yeah.
is that okay? Yeah, that's where I normally
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
So I came down here, I checked around there.
Yeah.
No blind spot check here.
Right.
So if you just watch what I'm doing,
Yeah.
I might look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Now then,
So
Where are you
now I
looking?
should have stopped you, should I?
where were you looking there?
I'm looking back there again.
Where was I looking?
Do you know what I'm worried about?
Tell me where I was looking.
You were looking there.
Where? Which window was I checking through?
Was it that one there?
It was.
Yeah.
You didn't spot that, did you?
No.
Why didn't you spot it?
Because I wasn't watching.
Because you're looking there.
Yeah.
Start again. Turn and face me.
Right.
Put your back against that door.
Okay.
You tell me when I make a mistake. Okay. There's two there.
Yeah, you've not done your blind spot.
What else?
We've not really looked around the car at all.
And then where am I looking as the car moves backwards?
You're looking at for your second reference point.
But where am I actually looking? Which window am I looking through?
The back one.
Am I?
Oh, is it that one?
It is.
Right.
So watch again. This is so important.
Right.
So watch me.
Right.
Where am I looking?
You're looking through that window.
Where do I need to be looking?
You need to be looking at. Well, you're supposed to have done your blind spot by now, and you're looking for. You need to be looking out the back window.
All right. Why?
I don't know. I'm thinking.
Because you do. That's the best view. Now you can check to the side there, but we should be looking backwards.
Yeah.
So as we get to here,
Yeah.
I'm still looking here. As we come in, I didn't check to the front.
No.
So if I don't check, stop.
Yeah.
Where do you need to look?
Yeah.
Or where I'm going?
Because
we
you're
need to check
swinging
around
out.
here.
Yeah.
What's the dangers of not checking here?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I came back here. From this point, I switched to here. And you were looking there, wasn't it? Just keep your eye on me. Never mind that. There's nothing to see there. Nothing. I'm not going to go on the path. I'm not going to kill anybody.
Right.
I'm not a learner driver. So I'm coming back here. I'm doing this. All sorts of things could be happening here. And I never took my eye off it all the way back.
Yeah.
I came in there and went, oh. And I was like, oh, that's a bit better. Oh, yeah, that's smashing. Oh, right, there you go. Quick check in the mirror. That's better, isn't it?
Yeah.
So look what's going on here.
Yeah.
Now, what we do, and everybody does it, you're looking here. What are you looking there for? There's no mistakes going to happen there.
No.
But I guarantee there's mistakes going to happen here.
Yeah. Do you know what I think it is? Because you're kind of in the mindset that you're going to be teaching and you're going to be responsible for the vehicle and the person.
Absolutely.
So you're kind of looking to make sure that they're not going to like drive
Kill
into
anybody.
a car.
That's right.
and you're worried about that as well, I think, aren't you? And you've got that mindset.
The mistakes I'm going to make, I knew the cyclists were there both times, clearly.
Yeah.
If you
Sure
look
you
like you'll see
planned
it.
them.
Yeah, let's be clear. But by not looking, or I might, there's other things I knew the cyclist was behind. I'd spotted him in my mirror, so I just watched him. I'm not looking there, but there's a guy with a red shirt on at the minute, and he's about to walk down this path here, unless he goes into one of the doorways.
Oh, he's gone into
He's got out the door. But I knew he was there.
Yeah.
But I haven't looked.
Yeah.
So, same as the examiner will do. I'll make sure it's safe to do what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm never going to put us in any danger or anybody else in danger. But that's a safety check that I haven't completed. The only way you're going to see it is by watching me. What I can promise you is me and the examiner are not going to put you in any danger. They're not going to crash your car. So it's not the same worry. What we can't afford to do is take our on a manoeuvre. Never take your eyes off them. If you check over here, I'll check around. Then you go, you haven't checked around? I did. You didn't. I did.
Yeah, well, that's it, yeah.
You didn't. I did. My last instructor never used to get onto me like this. I liked him. He was good. He was better than you. And then you're in a whole... Of course you can. And then you're in a whole different place.
Yeah.
So it's really about, you've got to keep your eyes on me. Never take your eyes off, or not on a manoeuvre.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that'll happen to you.
Right.
And then you're sat there thinking, well, I think I was on top of it. I was sort of on top of it. I think that was all right. There was bits that I was more or less happy with, but I wasn't 100% happy. You need to be 100% happy.
Yeah.
So there's a process that we have to go through.
Yeah.
Once you've spotted the fault, immediately tell me you've spotted it.
Right.
Make me aware of it.
Okay.
Then we've got to get into, and don't worry if you're in the middle of the road. Don't worry about that.
Right.
With a learner driver, you probably get out of the way. But with this guy, don't continue. Stop.
Yeah.
Now that you've not checked the front there. Did I not? No, you haven't.
Yeah.
Why is it important we check the front?
Yeah.
So we're now into the analysis.
Right.
And you mustn't move on again until he comes on board with it. Oh, I see what you're saying there. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah, that would be bad, wouldn't it?
Right.
Okay, so in order to make sure that we do that, you've now got to talk me through it. And you've got to talk me through it like it's the first time I've ever done it.
Right.
And make sure it happens in a way that you're 100% happy with.
Right.
And only then will it work the way you want it to work.
Right.
If you don't do those component parts, it'll not work.
Okay.
Never.
Okay.
Because he has 3 things that he's wanting to check you on. Have you spotted the fault?
Yeah.
How does he know whether you've spotted the fault? Well, you've told me I've done it. Or you've made me aware. Did you realise what you did there? If he wants to play that game, he might go, oh, was my observation a bit pants? He's not good with that. He's going to go, I don't know, what are you on about? You didn't check to the front. Well, I thought I had. Well, you didn't. What are we checking to the front for? Well, pedestrians. Did you see the cyclist? Oh, I didn't see him. So if we'd been looking at the front, we'd have seen him, wouldn't we? Yeah. So if you haven't seen him and the front of the car swings out, what could happen then? Well, I suppose we might have an accident. So that we don't want that, do we? No, we don't know. That's your analysis complete. This is where it becomes unreal. You've now got to treat me like I'm 3-year-old and make sure I do not make that same mistake again. You've got to talk me through it twice. Once you've taught me through it twice, then you can say, okay, that seems to be going ever so well. Well done you, well done me. How would you feel if I just give you a prompt this time? Okay, so I'm going to continue this time. Remember your observations. Oh yeah. Then I'll play ball. Once I've done that, and again, probably a couple of times, you know, say, do you fancy having a go at that on your own? I do actually. Yeah, I'll have a go at that. And when I've done it, pat me on the head and give yourself a pat on the back. Because that's your job done.
Right.
Once you've worked through that 9-step process, you're easy. And that's all this exam's about. Now then, linking things further back, tell me about my observation on the drive here.
Oh, yeah. Well, you weren't checking in your rearview mirror. When we were approaching the crossing, the hazard, you didn't check. So I pulled you up on it. And you didn't look in your mirrors in the correct order when we were indicating.
So there's a clue where the problem's going to be when we come to this.
Yeah, observations. Right.
So you you don't always get a clue, but I'm giving you it now. I'm saying you're going to have to watch me here. Because my observation's a bit pants.
Do you know what? I did have a bit of a freak moment when you directed me and you said go left at the end of the road and we went left. And then I thought after, does he trick me there? Did he actually say right? No. And then I was like, oh.
You won't do that because you don't want to get to an area to do it.
Yeah.
I normally use the first cars at the top there, but obviously they're sick of us doing it, so they park them on the path. I'll stop their game. So that process is very simple. But very difficult to make sure you get it done because we all do it. You clutter your mind with other stuff.
Yeah.
It's like the stuff that makes you want to write 1,000 words on your presenter. So it's a case of thinking, that fault has happened. I need to sort that through and get that to where it needed to be. While you're doing that, another fault might happen. So I might then have an accuracy fault. So you've now got 2 faults you're dealing with. So we've got to juggle them. Now, the form that we've been using may or may not help you with that. So we can have a play with that.
Yeah.
And see.
Yeah. So now in the exam, we've done it a couple of times. There's been a couple of faults. Have I now got to sit here and do a verbal talk through of what to do, and then get you to do it again and talk you through every step of the way doing it?
Not quite.
Right.
So if you pop that on your lap, write down what the fault is that you've observed.
Right. So. Yeah.
So let's look on you where you tick the box when you're finished with that. So did you spot it?
I spotted it.
Have you informed me?
I did.
Do we know why it's happening?
I did inform you, but did I do it at the right time? Did I inform you at the right time?
Earlier would have been better.
Right.
Straight in. Stop. You've not checked the front here.
Yeah.
So your analysis is, why do we think that's happened?
Yeah.
So, and we have to be careful here because it can get confused sometimes. So why has that happened?
Yeah. Now I could suggest or expect. So if I ask in the exam, why has that happened? I might have ideas in my own mind as to why that's happened. Like in this case, if it was me in your position, I would be thinking, well, I'm concentrating on my reference points.
Maybe.
So if in the exam the examiner says, oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Can I then put forward a suggestion?
Well, let's drop back into roll and see if we can get along this line.
Right.
If we get stuck, we can come out of roll. So you've spotted it, you've told me about it. We've stopped and we're still in the middle of the road there.
Right.
Check the front, you say?
Yeah.
Oh. Is that right, wasn't it?
So if I stop you and I say, well, you've not checked the front, and that,
Did I not?
well, did you see that cyclist?
I didn't know.
No, so you've not checked.
Oh, right.
So, because I stopped you, didn't I? And I said, oh, have you seen the cyclist? But would I ask you, why didn't you look in the front?
Use the phone.
Why? I'm now having this conversation with you, aren't I? Why?
Let's assume that my reason, and I will have a reason for doing it, is I just forgot.
Forgot.
Or it might have been, as you say, I was concentrating now on my reference point. Never occurred to me. Didn't know I had to. There's a lack of knowledge, there's a lack of skill, I've forgotten.
So we've ticked why.
Okay.
And then, so the dangers, you could knock someone off the bike.
Could I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, you could, couldn't you?
I suppose.
Can you imagine how that would be if you did? The consequences of that.
I suppose he'd be very happy now.
Well, you wouldn't be either, because it'd fall on you. It should be your fault.
All right. Would it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You're not biting, are you?
Well, I've got the opportunity, I can or I can't. Ooh. It's a set of alloys broken. Oh, no, they're not alloys. Right. So you've got to get me on board.
Yeah.
So
how do I?
Well, ask me the question. Now we can get engaged in a bit of Q&A, and he might engage in a little bit of client-centred. So what could be the consequences then? If we hadn't checked and the car swings out, what might happen? Well, I suppose, I might make contact with that cyclist. You wouldn't feel good about that, would you? So you're telling me rather than asking me. And telling me is okay too, as long as I go, hadn't thought about that. So, but you must have that box ticked before you're able to move on. Otherwise, what do you think I could do in roll? If you just go, that's dangerous, pack it in. I go, yeah, all right.
And just do it again.
And then you talk me through it, and you make it happen. We go to a prompt.
Yeah.
It happens okay. You tell me to have a go on my own. What happens then?
You just do it again.
The fault comes back.
Yeah.
Why would the fault come back?
Because it's fallen down at this stage here.
Yeah, that's right. Because I don't believe what you're saying.
Yeah.
Dangerous. You're talking about.
Yeah.
You can see me. He got out of the way, didn't he?
A lot of young people will think like that as well.
Maybe. So because you've not done the analysis properly, when you hand the response, it'll work while you're talking me through it and while you're prompting. The second you hand responsibility back to me, it goes back to square one.
Yeah.
Because I've not bought in.
Right.
So it's a very simple process.
Yeah.
That if we get it right, it can't go wrong.
Right.
It can't. If it does go wrong, you've got the right to complain that the test wasn't conducted properly. Because you put the processes in place that they're looking for.
So how do I get you to buy into it? Ask
Have another
you
bash.
to think about it. And
No. You've got to make me come on board. Now ask some questions. What could have happened there? So what would happen if the car had come out and you hadn't seen him?
Can I make note up here?
You can do whatever you want. You've got the video to refer to as well. So it's all very well doing this in the classroom. It sort of makes sense, but when you look at it in the real world, playing with it, you think, all right.
So what could have happened?
It's always the what if game.
Yeah.
So what if the car had come out there and you had made contact with that cyclist? How would you feel about that?
Yeah.
He's not going to say happy, is he? He's going to go, well, I don't suppose I'd be that happy, so you'd have that on your conscience, wouldn't you? And, it's possible, if he's travelling fast enough or it swings out fast enough, he could be seriously injured from that.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. Now I'm on board.
Yeah.
But if you're getting the, he's not buying it, he's not having it, and your job is to make him have it.
Yeah.
This is the sort of scenario where if you're talking to him about that and he's not buying it, you start giving you the, and look out the window. La 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 la. I'm not interested in what you're telling me.
Yeah.
I'll just move forward to make life easier for this brain surgeon and our right here. Honestly, brain dead. Who does that? Just pull up next to a car that's already parked. Anyway.
Brain surgeon.
Well, he would have been a brain surgeon, he just didn't have the patience.
That's what it was.
But you're all weak. God, that's really poor, isn't it? So, what could have happened? It's a standard question. What's the dangers here? Well, what if this had happened? What if he'd carried on there? Well, he should have stopped. I know he should have done. But it's us that's getting in his way. He should have been taking avoiding action. He put himself in danger, but it was us that actually created the danger. Oh, right. And you were nearly on it when I saw him in there, but he went on the path. You were like, has he just reversed? He has, hasn't he?
He has. He wants to be near you.
It's ridiculous.
Should we move along there? Oh, he's...
And now he's blocked the road. We'll move. That is unbelievable.
Oh, I think...
Oh, now he's going to move.
Has the penny dropped?
Not really. He's not
Do you
going
know,
to park. Look, see what's happening. He's parked next to the wagon and the car can't get through that's coming the other way.
This kind of thing happens on my lesson all the time. There's calamity all around.
That's crazy. How can he not... Is he on drugs?
Probably.
Bless these cotton socks. Sorry, that's very judgmental and we shouldn't be. But,
No.
I mean, for goodness sake. So,
Right.
it's all about get the buy-in. But what would have happened if this had happened? Oh, well, I suppose. What would you do there? What would you think if that happened? How would you feel if you ended up knocking him off his bike? Oh, I hadn't thought about that. So it's not good, is it? So would you agree it's something we need to sort out? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to sort that out now. Now you're in there. You fix. What we're going to do is, and then once you've got him on board with that and you've got a plan, then execute it. And then do it. I'm going to talk you through the next attempt. But it's not a full talk through on everything I'm doing,
Right.
just the bit that I got wrong.
Just at right. Talk.
He's a genius, this guy, isn't he?
Yeah, the worrying part is the child's getting in the car.
Yeah, he's on some kind of noxious substance, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not even done his shoelaces up. He'll trip over him. Does he not realise the dangers of having his shoelaces undone?
Wow. Who teaches these people to drive? That's what I want to know. Scary. So, you're going to talk me through it.
Okay.
Do you want to try that?
Yep.
Back and roll.
Back and roll.
Tell me about my observations.
Oh, you've not done your blind spot. Straight away. Right. Make sure you check your blind spot.
All right, yeah. Okay.
What can you see in your blind spot?
Oh, there's some kiddies there. I suppose they could have run out, couldn't they?
They could have done. Very easily. They often do.
Oh, right.
Right, stop right there. Have you done all your observations correctly? Blind spot?
Oh, yeah.
Are those kids still there?
Yeah, still in the garden, yeah.
Right. Just have a look round because you're flipping the front of the car out, aren't you?
Oh, right, yeah.
Can you remember what happened with the
Oh, yeah, he
cyclist?
came down that way, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Now you're looking in this mirror. You're not looking around you. You don't know what's going on in front of you, around you or behind you.
All right.
Do you?
Had a roll. Tell me about that.
Well, I made you look round more.
You did? Are you 100% happy with my observation now?
No.
Tell me about that. Expand on that for me.
Because you didn't do it without me telling you.
I'm never going to do it without you telling me.
No.
In a roll, I'm never going to do it without you telling me.
So next time, if we do it again...
Why would I do that? We've just had a conversation
Because
about
you're
it.
testing
I've
me.
agreed. What am I testing?
you're testing to see if I can, well, A, take control of the situation, and B, whether you can. You're probably testing to see whether I can predict what you might do.
Possibly.
To a point.
No-ish. As far as examining you at this point, core comps are 3 parts: fault identification, analysis, and remedial. Am I happy with your fault identification in role, do you think?
In role? Yeah.
You're a bit late spotting it, but you spotted it.
Yeah.
That's probably a 4.
Right.
Analysis, have we done the job on that now?
We've looked
Am I
at
on board with you?
I think so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Good job there. That's a good solid 4.
Yep.
Remedial, am I happy with that?
Remedial. No.
Why am I not happy with that?
Because I missed it again. I didn't see the blind spot when we first set off.
No. But
I
tell me
think
about the
I'd
next
take a
time.
bit to warm up, mate.
It's okay, that's fine. That's fine. But the nice thing is, if you know that,
Yeah.
then you can organise an hour warm up before your exam.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Might have to
Doesn't matter.
organise a couple of day warm up, Paul. Les.
It's okay. You missed the first one, which I've
Yeah.
dropped it around and told you about.
Yeah.
So tell me about my observations from when we stopped and when we started to come backwards. Tell me about that.
Again, you weren't like, really you should be pausing throughout the whole manoeuvre
So
and
how we
looking
do
all
that?
around,
How can we make me do that?
stopping you.
You did it on the first one. Stop.
Yes.
Look around. You're not sure what's happening. Remember the cyclist? Brilliant. You've gone back the room. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Came down here. You stopped me again.
Yeah.
And checking around. Tell me about what followed that. Why did you stop stopping me?
I don't know. Because I thought...
Were you influenced by
You
that
know
car
what it
cover?
was? No, do you know what I think it is? I think it's because you're coming in and you kind of feel a little less vulnerable because you're halfway through the manoeuvre and you're no longer causing an issue in the road.
Yep.
I think that's what it was.
Okay. It's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
My observations on this attempt
Yeah.
are going to be appalling
Right.
unless you make it
I'm
happen.
onto it.
Once you've done it,
Yeah.
you can say, you see that? We're aware all the time, weren't we? Oh, yeah, we were, yeah. So that situation we talked about before, it's never going to happen, is it? No, I see. Okay, well, have another go. You can offer him it at that point. You still want a bit of help from me? Or do you want to have I think I could maybe have a little bit of a go on my own with that. But you're giving him the option. If he then says to you, I don't know really, what do you think? I'll talk you through it one more time.
Right.
So always go for it twice if you get the option.
Right.
So, but remember when we come in there was 3 opportunities to talk me through it. You talked me through 2. And not the
Right.
last because my observations here, I wasn't looking through the back window, was I?
No.
I went back looking in the mirror there, which I've just
Yeah.
gone back to doing exactly what I did before.
Yeah.
Why would I do that in roll?
Enroll because, well, you're testing me, aren't you? You're testing to see
Testing your
whether-
remedial action here.
Yeah, of course. You've got to do it again because if you don't do it again, you're not testing whether it's been solved, are you?
Try that again then.
Right.
Just talked
So
about...
do you want me to talk you through it and make you do it correctly this time? Right, okay. So, blind spot. Check your blind spot. Okay. That's it. Okay. Right, now remember what we said about checking your blind spots, checking all your observations.
Oh, yeah.
Right, stop. You've not checked your blind spot.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember?
Oh,
The
yeah.
cyclist.
Right.
Okay.
So, why
The
would I do
children?
that? Why would I do that in roll?
Because you want to check the remedial, check that I've seen it, made note, and I'm making sure you don't do it again.
So what did you say to me?
Well, I don't
get
know.
it, we'll get it.
What did I say to you?
Just reverse it so that we're out of the way. Don't be thrown by the fact that I observed properly that time.
I was making note.
So,
Yeah.
great. Stop me straight up. Stop. Blind spot. Oh, yeah. That was it. And you then said to me, now remember, I'm not going to remember.
Right, okay. So don't say that.
Do it. do it.
Right.
Put our Arnie head on, do it.
Right.
You have to make it happen.
Right.
I'm never going to remember.
Okay.
I'll remember next time when you're on the prompt bit, but until you talk me through it and get it exactly right.
Right. Okay.
I'm not saying you can't get to where you need to be, but it's a lot less hard.
Okay.
A lot less hard.
So just make you do it. Right.
Make sure I do it.
I'm going to be firm.
Yeah. Now, while we've stopped, there's kind of two issues here with our observation, isn't there? One, I'm not looking around, and
Yeah.
two, I'm looking in here while I'm reversing.
Yeah.
Or I'm looking in the side window
Yeah.
when I'm reversing.
Yeah.
So that's
I'm-
almost a separate fault.
Right. So if it make you stop.
Yeah. Stop.
Stop. Stop
Okay.
looking in there. Look around.
Check all around. We need to
Right.
be 100% sure we're safe. Are we 100% sure we're safe? Have we checked through everywhere we need? Oh, yeah. Blind spot. Oh, yeah. Now then, look through the back window. Not the side, back window. Through the back window. Turn a bit more. Back window. Oh, right. Back window. Now, if you've done your analysis properly, I'll do what you tell me.
Right.
If you haven't done your analysis properly, I'll keep forgetting.
Right.
So it's really about being alive to what's happening. So you've done your spotting, you've analysed, we're now in remedial. Remedial is me testing whether you can talk me through that and make it happen the way you want it to happen.
Right.
Then we move to the second phase of remedial, which is perhaps pass some responsibility to me. How much responsibility depends on how much time he's got left and how good a job you've done so far. If he's
Right.
thinking, you've done a bang-up job there, we're starting to run out of time, we need to get back to the test centre, I'll tell you that I wouldn't mind having a go on my own.
Right.
And if you've done a good job, he'll do it on his own, perfect,
Right.
without any help from you.
Right.
You now know you have completed this
Right.
line. Does that make sense?
Would it? I mean, at the moment we're only kind of like doing one fault, the observations. But it, like you said, that's kind of a like bit of a separate fault as well because it's looking in using mirrors, relying on mirrors too much, isn't it? Would he throw in another one at that stage?
You might. But you would just write it down. Now then, it may well be that, so here we're on our talk through bit. So we've
Yeah.
got a plan. So we've done the dangers, tick. We've got a plan to get that tick. Let's assume we've come in here and you've taught me through it fully.
Right.
So we've ticked that one. You've now noticed another fault,
Yes.
which is I'm using my mirror to judge from the curb rather than looking
Yeah.
back. So if we write that one down,
Yeah.
and while the car's still, get as
Yeah.
far along the line with each of these faults as it's possible for you to be before the car moves again.
Right.
So, in light of what we talked about, take me along this line. So tick, 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 tick for those on this line.
Oh yeah.
So we've done those.
Tick.
So we're now moving on to, now I'll just prompt
Prompt
you.
you.
So we're going to reverse back. Remember what we said about mirrors? Oh yeah,
Right.
that's okay to do that. So let's work our way along the second one here, this
Right.
fault. So
Okay.
I'm checking here instead of here. I'm using this to check.
Yeah. Okay.
Deal with that one.
Okay, so when we were backing up there, you did your all-round observations, you did your blind spot after a reminder, but what I did notice was you started to use your mirror too much and you were relying on your mirror
All right.
far too much rather than looking out of your back window.
Okay.
Okay, so it's really important to look out your back window
Okay.
because this is only giving you a small picture. You need to be looking out your back window so that you can see more of what's going on and where you're going.
Ideal opportunity there. Use what you've just seen in the back window.
Did you see those children crossing the road?
I can see them now.
Right. Well, if you were looking out your back window, you'd have seen them if you were
Alright.
backing up.
So that it
Yeah.
plays straight into your hand.
Yeah.
Now look in your side mirror. Can you see the pedestrians? No, look at the back. Oh, I didn't see them. Wow, that's done this job for you.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're looking there,
Yeah.
you're not going to see them, are you?
No.
Oh no, I won't now.
Yeah.
Blow my neck. I never thought of that. It's your job done.
Yeah.
So if you see stuff like that, use it. The cyclists
Yeah.
played right into your hands.
Yeah.
On the face of it,
Have you planted all these?
but on the face of it, it looks like they're playing into my hands.
Yeah.
The reality is that plays beautifully. Now look here. Do you see that cyclist? Oh my God, I
Yeah.
didn't. If you'd looked around, you'd have seen him, wouldn't you? Oh, I would done, yeah. Oh my. So they're doing your job for you as well. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so lead us along here.
Okay, so
So
we
you've spotted it.
Yeah.
Not we.
Yeah. Well, I've
You
spotted
spotted it.
I've spotted it. I've informed you.
All right, okay.
So tick tick. Why? Why are you using that mirror rather than the back window?
Well, that's where I line my reference point up. Where I get the handle just lined up with the curb and then I can steer in. So I'm just watching for that.
Well, that's okay. You can use that for your reference point, but then beyond there, you're moving, aren't you?
But
Your
yeah,
reference point won't always be the same. You need to be looking around the car. You need to be looking where you're going.
All right.
You need to be looking out for dangers.
Oh, okay.
Can you imagine if you were around one of those children out there?
Which children?
Well, they were there before.
Oh, right.
Well, they've gone now, but just as quickly as they can go, they can appear, can't they?
All right.
So,
Oh, okay, I see what you said.
alright.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine running over a relative?
No, that wouldn't be very
Somebody
nice,
who
would
means something to you?
it? No, that wouldn't be nice.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So it's very important, isn't it?
It is.
Okay. So, reason.
Are you happy I bought in
dangers.
now?
I think so.
Yeah, I have. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. All right, yeah.
Am I alright to use members of family?
You are? Yeah, that's fine. Well, you would-
Imagine
you know,
if it was your child.
That's it. But you can even use the example. Now look in the mirror, tell me what you see. You see the silver car, yeah? Look at the back window. You see the red car now? Oh, yeah. What would happen if that red car pulled away? Oh, you wouldn't see him, would you?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
no.
good. That's
So why do you see now why it's...
Yeah.
Oh, right, I see what you're saying. Yeah, right. I got you.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So, what's the plan, man?
So the plan. Okay. Well, we need to fix it. So the way to fix it is to do it again.
Right.
So I've got to talk you through it. So we've
Alright,
got to do
okay.
it again.
Fair enough.
I'm going to talk you through it each
Right.
step of the way, and then we'll see how we go.
Okay. Now talk to me about the other one, because we're not finished with that yet.
Oh yeah.
What are we doing with that one?
So
we've got a
done the
fix.
talk through.
Tick.
Fix. Right. So what we'll do.
So at a glance, you look at the next empty box. I need
Yeah.
a full talk through on that one. I need a prompt on that one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm with you. Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if on exam you're thinking, oh my God, where am I? What am I doing? In the middle of my form.
Yeah.
Just have this on your lap on the test.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Right.
On Andy's test, he had 3 faults written down. And the examiner was looking at the fault because he's obviously curious because he hadn't seen this before. And he said to him, just stop. He said, those top 2, they're fine. The bottom one, forget it. Leave it alone. It's fine. Actually told him, leave that. And he still went on. He went, I've told you. The roundabouts are fine. Leave it. Leave it alone. So they love this. They really like it because it's methodical. It's systematic,
Yeah.
and that's what they want. And it's
Yeah.
dealing with safety.
Yeah.
What you're doing is you're tackling these faults that, if left unchallenged, or if the learner was not helped to understand why it's a problem, that would become dangerous. And that's what the register's all about. It's all about safety. So you're tackling the things that are making either my attitude, my approach, my lack of knowledge, my lack of skill, is creating potential danger, and they want to see that you're eradicating that. And this is the process that helps that happen. And it is as simple as that.
Cool.
So, what's your plan, man? What we're going to do?
We're going to repeat what we did before. We're going to do it. No, we're not going to repeat what we did before. We're going to improve on what we did before.
All right, okay, yeah.
Okay, so when you're ready, remember your observations.
Yeah.
That's it, your blind spot. Blind spot. Remember?
Yeah.
Did you do that properly?
I think so, yeah.
What was there? Tell me what was there.
Well, there's no kiddies are still in that garden in the doorway.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they've gone in now.
Okay.
But I looked all around.
Okay, right. Stop right there. You've not actually looked around the car again, have you? You've just been looking this way. You're looking out that window.
All right.
So look around all the time.
Right, okay.
Okay, so check your blind spot again before you set off. Be mindful of these children.
All right, yeah.
Okay, right, just stop there again. Now, you didn't look in front of the car before, because you're turning now, so the front of the car's swinging out and you've still not looked forward.
Oh, I thought I did.
No, you didn't.
All right, okay.
Okay, so you need to be mindful of that.
Right, yeah.
Just before you set off, check your blind spot. Okay. Okay. That's it, well done. Right, stop. You've not once looked out your back window.
Well, have I not?
No, you need to be looking the way you're going.
Right. Why have I done that?
Why have you done that? Yeah, we are roll now, or in roll?
Oh, well, I'm at roll, yeah. Why? But I'll just take us back. Why would I do that?
Because I've not reminded you.
No.
Because am I getting too fixated with looking around?
Check your list. What are we meant to be doing? What was the plan?
We were meant to be making sure you don't look in there.
Uh-huh. And the other fault?
Because I'm still doing that. And I've not moved on from that.
Correct.
Right.
It's just like,
So
he might start giving you that, and he might even say, oh, I thought you were just going to remind me.
Right,
You keep
okay.
telling me to do it. I thought you were going to remind
Right.
me. He might give you that.
Right.
If everything else is going well, he'll throw you that line and go, oh, I thought you were just going to Q&A me on this one.
Right. Yeah.
So you've told me about that one and not
Yeah.
done anything about that one.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And you were happy
Yeah.
because you were saying observations. All right then. Chat all around.
Yeah.
It's good. No, it wasn't. So watch me.
Right.
And remember what the plan is and just execute the plan. Now then, coming back here, where do you need to look again? Oh, I need to look all around. Well done. Now then, going back, where do we need to look there? Don't know. Right, look through the back window, coming back here. By all means glance there, but look back through the back window. Remember what we said about it being
Yeah.
dangerous? Oh, yeah. So look back, that's it, look back through the back window, look through the back window. Don't look there, look through the back window. Keep looking backwards, keep looking backwards, keep looking back. Now then, once you get in here, do you see now how we were able to keep an eye on what was happening around us? Oh, right. Well done on the remembering here. You can then perhaps move to the next stage, which be have a go at the forward observations on my own and prompt on the rearward observations. So at any one time you know where you're at. So I think you were trying to tackle all of it at once.
Yeah, I think I was.
So you want to try again?
Yeah, I think
Remind
so.
yourself what the plan is and then tell me what the plan is.
Right, so the plan is we're doing it again. I'm watching you when we line up and do. Am I allowed to just check? I've got to check briefly that he's in the right place, roughly, haven't I? Cause,
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
yeah. And then, so make sure so prompting you to do your observation. Remember your observations.
Oh, right, yeah.
Or do I say remember where to look, or doesn't it really matter?
Whatever. We've
Remember
moved on, we're releasing some of the control
Yeah,
to me.
yeah, so-
Not all of it, but some.
Yeah. So remember where to look, and then so you do all those looks, and then you come back a bit. So then I'm asking you to look in the back window.
You're not asking me.
No, I'm telling
Telling
you.
me.
Look in the back window.
You can ask that, sorry. I'd like you to look through the back window. Go on, all right.
Yeah. And then, so when the car's swinging out, you've got to look around again. And then, back window.
So you could just say, no, we're just about to turn. Where are you going to look before you do that? Oh, I'm going to check it all around here. Well done.
But I mean, you to use that a little bit, because the markers for a learner would be the triangle disappearing in the window.
I'm
wouldn't
a
it?
learner though.
Oh no,
I'm playing the role of a learner, so
yeah.
I really don't need to look in there.
No, so they wouldn't be at that point.
Same as you can't. I can put the car into this position here without checking that mirror. Because I'm experienced. I know where the corners of the car are.
Yeah.
And so does he.
No.
So I'm obsessing as the in roll with this. Oh,
Yeah.
and then I'm happy. Oh, I've got it right.
Yeah.
You have. What about the two dead toddlers?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. So,
Try again.
Okay then.
So just focus just on these two lines.
Right.
I mean, be mindful that something else may be there, but this is what we're working on.
Okie doke. Right. Okay, so when you're ready. Okay, remember your observations.
Oh, yeah. It's all round, isn't it? Well, those kiddies have gone in now.
Remember your observations.
Yeah.
Okay, stop there. Remember to look in your back window.
Yeah.
Look in your back window all the time.
Yeah.
Well, not all the time, but.
Am I okay to check here for my reference point? Is that all right?
Your reference point would have been at the back.
All right.
Stop there. You swing in the front of the car. Remember your observations.
Yeah.
Okay, again, look at the back window.
Oh, yeah.
Just stop there. look around the car again, just to make sure. That's it. Get the back window.
So using your form, there all, work out where you are now.
Right. So I prompted you.
Mm-hmm.
I did prompt you. And I did tell you to look out your back window.
Okay. So you've managed to do
We
that
did the
more than
talking
once.
through. Yeah. Yeah. Was that all right? Was that good?
Yeah.
Was it all right?
You're making me do what you want me to do. You're getting in the swing of it. Takes a little while.
Yeah.
So what's the plan now?
So I now need to shut up.
Okay. So explain that to me. What's going to happen
Right.
now? I'm back in roll.
Okay. So we're going to do it again.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not going to prompt you this time with your observations. I want to see you do them without prompting. I want to see if you can do them without
All right.
prompting.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. But I might just remind you about not using your mirror
Oh, okay.
too much, relying on that,
That's fine.
and remind you, prompt
Okay.
you to look out the back window.
So if you've done your job right,
Yeah,
you should be able to get me to do it by prompting me.
yeah,
Where are we going to look again? Oh, yeah.
yeah,
And this should work fine
yeah,
if all those component parts are right.
yes,
If this has not been done properly,
yes,
this won't work.
no,
So,
That's it.
if you're in roll though,
yeah.
are you going to get that right?
Am I going to get this right?
Yeah. If you were me.
I'd like to hope so.
Yeah, I'm planning on getting that bit of it right.
Mm.
Because you've taught me through it a couple of times. You've prompted me a couple of times.
Yeah.
I gave you it as well. I can't remember what I said now, but something about, well, those kids have gone now. So I'm telling you, I am looking.
Yeah.
So I'm reinforcing that. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I am ready to have that responsibility given to me.
Yeah.
On this one,
Yeah.
I'd respond correctly to whatever you did.
Yes.
So should we try that and see?
Yeah. So that means I did something wrong.
No,
Oh,
no.
right,
You're
okay.
just. I'm not going to get it right on my own, am I?
No.
So
Okay. So what am I doing this time?
we'll have another go.
Right. I'm just watching.
You're
this.
leaving me on my own for the forward observations,
Yeah. And I'm
and you're
prompting
prompting
you
me on
with
the
that.
rear one.
Yeah. Just remind you about your back window.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just double check it. Remember your back window again.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you see those children.
Oh yeah. So you've got the opportunity to stop, review what's happening on the form. What are we marking here?
Well, I think you did all right. On
Okay.
that.
So
And-
does that not tick that off?
Yeah.
Well done. Did that on your own.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff.
Well done. Fabulous. That was really good.
Tell me about the next one.
Well, I prompted you with it, and you did it correctly, didn't you? So, shall we do it again and see if you can do it perfectly this time?
Okay. So tell me about the prompting. At what point did you do that?
Probably a bit late.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So it's best to do that before the car moves.
Ah,
Just
yeah.
okay. So we're leaving the forward observations to you. Just remind me where you're going to be looking when you reverse back. Or through the back
Oh,
window.
Yeah, yeah.
So it makes the life easier then. So
Yeah.
you're straight in.
Yeah.
He said, and if he tells you, oh yeah, through the back window, he's
Yeah.
probably going to do it.
Yeah. Yes. So even before you start.
So if you hand responsibility to me at this point, I might not get it right.
Right.
I might. If I feel you've done a good job on this one, I might throw you a bone on the other one. But you can
Right.
see how that works from this seat.
Mm.
Why you do the things that you do. It's because you're being fed certain amounts of things from that seat. And if I don't get the right stuff from this seat, I'm not going to do it right. And when you look at the form, you've got it. The bits underneath the instructional techniques, planning and control is all about you having that process in place. Okay, we spotted the fault. Here is what's going to happen now. The planning and the control is a series of events or actions that you have put in place to make sure what you need to have happen happens to meet these three. So the level of instruction probably matches that. And these bits below tend to match those, but not always. But those first 6 rows, well, it's 12 rows really, 6 at phase 1, 6 at phase 2, the grade is probably going to be similar.
Right.
Or definitely these ones will match the lowest grade in the ones at the top.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you had a 3, 6, 6, these would be 3s.
Yeah.
Because you've not done what you need to do.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how they get marked. On this one, I would hope if I was looking at the right one, briefing, there'd be a line through it because it wasn't required. Coordination of controls, again, I've not tested you on it. Accuracy, we're all right. Observation is where we'd be doing it. Now, if you've gone along that row and I've done it on my own, you've patted me on the head, that's satisfactory. If there's still some bits and pieces that need working on, let's say, for example, that might be, he might mark you a 4 and say you've done just enough. It might even be unsatisfactory.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if you've gone along the row and you've done everything, well, then it's a satisfactory. Anything that you've not tackled, if I've made a mistake, say I've made a mistake with the coordination of the controls and you hadn't spotted it, that goes in not covered. So that tells you that a line through it means faults weren't committed in that area, and not covered means I did it and you didn't see it.
Right.
Or you give me such bad information that you've made it worse.
Right.
So it's just trying to help you see the way that
Yeah.
this works through and how these things and that line is just basically a 9-step process to make sure you do all of those. Is done effectively to make sure that we're in these boxes and not these ones.
Yeah.
Because these ones are a fail, these ones are a pass. And we don't care which level of pass it is. As
No,
long as it's the
as
pass.
long as it's a pass.
These ones match it closely. And then the rest, well, it just depends. For example, you could have a bad attitude and still get through because you've kept me safe.
Yeah.
And he might say to you at the end there, look, you've done everything you need to do, but in the real world, you're going to have to soften that attitude, mate, because that's you're a bit harsh, really, to be fair.
Has
You
that
can't
ever
do that.
happened?
Yeah, I sat in on a debrief very recently where that happened, except he hadn't passed.
Oh.
But he still said to him, you can't have that attitude.
No.
Paying customers won't tolerate it.
No.
So does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So just remind me, where are we going to look again? Oh yeah, through the back window. Because if
Yeah.
you've done this bit right, he knows the dangers. He will respond well to that. You've taught him through it once. He now knows how it works. And you know, once you've talked him through it the first time, you say, so tell me how you think that worked in terms of observation. Were you aware of what was happening? Have we reduced the danger now? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is this time I'll just prompt you.
Yeah.
Just to remind you to do it. And then we'll hand it over to you. Now you can have your own version of this, it doesn't matter. You can have it done like this, you can have it done like that, you can have it just locked in your head. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah. Brilliant. Got that.
Okay. How about we test the process just general fault spotting and correction?
Okay. Yeah.
Or is there something else you want to do?
No.
Okay.
No.
So it's just a general drive. If I make the fault 3 times and you've not spotted it, I'll tell you.
Right. Okay.
If you spot the fault, use your form, deal
Right.
with it effectively.
Okay. What? Just generally driving round?
I'll just commit faults.
All right. Yeah.
Wherever the
Let's do
mood takes me.
Right. Cool. I'm well for that.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah. You're going to tell me where we're going.
End of the road, take the road to the left.
So at the end of the road, I'd like you to go left, please.
And give it a pull up on the left.
Okay, so I'd just like you to pull up on the left in a safe, legal and convenient place.
Yeah, just before these yellow lines. me about the last piece of driving I did.
Well, first of all, I was checking your speed, and
Okay.
you were all right.
Were we?
Well,
Did you feel
I
comfortable?
felt like we were going too fast. But then when I was looking for the speedo quickly, and I couldn't find it. Yeah, and then I realised. But then when I looked, you were doing 17, and it was 20 miles an hour. But then,
Tell me a little bit more about that then.
well, I didn't feel comfortable because it felt too built up to
Okay.
be doing that kind of speed. There's too many cars on the road.
So if you were sat with your friend in the car and they were driving like that,
I'd ask them
what would
to.
you
Well,
say?
I wouldn't ask them to slow down because I wouldn't want to be rude, but
instantly I sensed you weren't comfortable
Yeah,
on this
did
seat.
you?
I did.
yeah,
I did.
I was like,
Tell me about the clearance I'm leaving between parked cars and me.
yeah, that probably wasn't adequate either.
Is there a reason you're sitting in silence?
Right, I'm going to speak up then.
You see it, see it.
Right, okay.
Why have I done that? Is
Yeah.
it because I'm a bad driver?
Well,
I
yeah.
mean me, Bob Morton. Is it because I'm a bad
no,
driver
it's
that I
because
do
you've
it?
done it on purpose.
Of course it is. Otherwise I'd be perfect in every way.
Did your wife agree with that?
No.
Okay.
So, you've seen it.
Yeah,
Get your gob open.
right.
Talk to me about it. If it's okay, I'll say it's alright then. What's what are you on about?
Yeah.
I was checking the highway code this morning because I've got my theory test tomorrow. Checking the highway code and it says you should leave a meter between you and parked cars, and I'm pretty sure I did. The highway code says I've just been reading it, and it says you should always be able to stop well within the distance you can see to be clear, and I'm pretty sure I could. You'll tell you. So if you're thinking, get your mouth open.
Right, okay.
So don't sit in silence. Whatever happens, if there's a long period of silence, something's not right,
Yeah,
and it's probably you've not spotted what the problem is.
right, okay. All right, yeah.
Try again.
Yeah.
Is it upwards?
Oh,
First road to the left.
Yeah. Take the the next road on the left. Did you say? Yeah. Take the next road on the left. Right. Just out for a minute. When you
Do you
check
feel
your,
comfortable?
No.
Why don't you feel comfortable?
Well, when you check your mirrors, then I think you did it in the wrong order.
Okay.
Did you?
Hmm?
Yeah, I thought you did.
Tell me about my speed and my
You were
clearance.
still going too fast.
Why are you not saying something?
I don't know.
At what point did you go?
Because I was concentrating at that point on your where you were
When
looking.
you saw the grey car.
Yeah.
Was that too close to it?
Yeah.
Was that too fast?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pull over.
Yeah.
Here, bang. Just pull over a bit.
Yeah.
Don't try and deal with that on the move.
Right. Okay.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah.
Left at the end of the road.
So at the end of the road, go left. Okay, so you're too close to these cars on the left. You need to give them more clearance and slow right down. Slow right down. Slow down to about 10 miles an hour.
All right. That's
Come-
about 10.
Come out further. So steer slightly to the right. 5 minutes to the right. No, 5 minutes. 2 minutes to the left. That's it. You want about a metre distance from the cars. So come out more. Come out more.
What possible explanation could there be for me behaving the way I'm behaving?
Right. Because you can't judge the width of your car.
Can I not?
I'm surmising that.
Right.
'Cause
Okay.
you're struggling with that.
So what have you done with that?
Right. I'll do something about it now. Why are you driving so close to the cars?
I didn't think I was.
Well, you are.
It's
But-
about working along the phone. Write it
Right.
down.
Okay, so too close to cars.
So what is it you want to talk to me about? Now that you've got it to stop and all the bad stuff stopped happening. And you go, you know, back in your
I can breathe.
back in your happy place. So whilst we're in this happy place,
Yeah.
work out what you need to talk to me about. Take a
Right.
minute to collect your thoughts if you wish. Write it down.
Too
Right.
close to the cars and too fast.
Okay. Anything else?
Okay, so yeah, mirrors in the wrong order.
Okay. So I did it again. You didn't say anything.
I wasn't that sure.
Just spit
do
it
you,
out.
Do you know what it was? I think you went there, So I was like thinking, oh, did I miss the first bit, or did I get the first bit and that would make it the wrong order?
There. Where did the signal take place and all of that?
Oh, did I miss that?
I did it before I checked that one for the first time.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. But you're aware of it. It's an issue that you need to sort out.
Yeah. But I missed that though.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. You're already on it earlier on.
Right.
So you're still not happy with the whole process, so you
No.
know there's a problem.
Yeah.
So even if you haven't hit exactly what the problem might be, you're now going to have a talk about it, aren't you?
Yeah.
You might find out what the problem is.
Wrong order. God, there's a whole host of things going on, isn't there?
How many of them are related to these?
Well, they're kind of probably quite linked, aren't they?
So there was a steering problem came in. Why did the steering problem come in?
I'm guessing because you're struggling to judge.
I was trying to follow your instructions, but
Yeah.
I was deliberately doing it badly.
Yes.
So that's not necessarily a
So
fault.
my instructions were probably not very good.
Why would they not be good? Why would I play it that way?
I've not practiced too much.
That's fine. That's okay. It's because I'm not even aware there's a problem at this point.
No.
So
But I
you're trying to
did-
give me instruction to correct something I don't even know exists.
Right.
So I'm like, what, a bit to the right?
Yeah.
No, just 5 minutes. What, I do this for 5 minutes?
Yeah, that's what I've always thought that means.
2 minutes.
I've always thought that's confusing.
You've said stuff to me like, slow down. No more than that. No more than that. And when you said slow down, I went down to 19 mile an hour. No more. 18. More. You then said slow down to 10. Oh, okay. So you've now slowed me down to
So
10.
that worked then. I felt a bit more reassured then.
Did it work? Or
Well-
did I then get even closer at the park
Well,
car?
yeah, the speed worked. But then
as soon as you stopped telling me that,
Yeah.
what happened?
you sped up again.
Sped up again. Yeah. Because I'm not, at this point, in my head, in roll, I'm not even aware that this is an issue.
Yeah.
So of course I'm not going to fix it. Any attempt to give me some instruction to do stuff's just going to confuse me. So that's why I behaved the way I behaved. So these are the things that you've got.
Okay. Okay.
So work your way along the line.
Okay. So, so I've spotted them. So we can take that.
Okay.
I've informed you, but that's because you. Well, I did tell you at the time, but
Well, inform me again then.
yeah. So when you pull over, so I should have instructed you to pull over.
Yeah.
And I would have said to you, right, you're driving too close to the cars.
Am I?
Yes, you are.
All right.
What happens if they argue with you?
But I'm not arguing on them.
No, but what happens if they do?
Then you've got to make a case.
Yeah.
And the argument will be fixed here.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So I've been
So you've told me I've done it.
Done
What's
it.
the reason? I didn't know I was.
Oh, I've not done that bit yet. Oh, right. I'll tell you now. You were also driving too fast.
Was that? All right.
So I can take me back.
Okay.
Okay. So if all those faults have just happened like that, bang, 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 do I address them all at once and
Yep.
say, you've done this, you've done that,
Now that
and
you've got the
done
car
that?
stopped, I can't make any mistakes, can I?
Right.
Apart from verbal ones.
Right.
So get as far along this row as you can with all
Really?
of them. And whatever you do, never pull away until you've got at least there
Right. Okay then.
with all of them.
Right. Okay.
Otherwise, it's just going to happen again.
Yeah. And the other thing is though, might they feel like you're really having a go at them and dead negative?
No. Nah. They don't care.
Right. Okay.
If you look at where the attitude and approach is, it's at the bottom of the form. They're not bothered.
Right. Okay.
What they do care about is safety and that your instruction, your techniques are going to prevent these unsafe, because this sort of behaviour is seen as massively unsafe.
Yeah. Okay. But I guess when you're actually teaching, they probably wouldn't make all. They've got to make all these faults on the exam to.
Correct. It's very rare you get that sort of behaviour.
Yeah. Right.
You may get the odd one, but it is the odd one.
Is it-
They're not stupid.
Yeah. All right then.
They know that if they drive that fast there you go. Past parked vehicles that kiddies might run out. Learners aren't stupid.
Yeah. Okay then. So reason why now why were you going so close to the cars?
I didn't realise I was.
Yeah, you are doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Okay. So
It's a bit difficult to judge that, isn't it?
yeah, is it because you perhaps you need a reference point in your car to think about how far you are, like the reference point you use for a curb? Do you think you could use that
I don't know.
for a car?
Not sure.
Well, that's worth thinking about. Maybe we can
Okay.
Maybe we can weigh up a reference point for you going
maybe.
around park cars.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Okay. So, do you know why it's dangerous?
I don't think it was that dangerous, was it? We weren't that close. were we?
Well, all right then. Think about it this way. What would you do if somebody opened the car door as you were driving past it?
Was there not enough room to
No.
get back? Oh, right.
You've got to allow enough room for if somebody did open the door.
Right, I thought I had, right. Oh, well, if you're saying I'm too close and somebody opened the door, then that might have accident.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Right.
Can you imagine if someone opened the door, started getting out because they didn't see you for whatever reason? And
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. I mean, I know they should be looking, but still, it's...
Okay. All right. And what about driving too fast?
I thought it was kind of all right. I probably could have stopped.
Well, not really.
No?
Can you imagine if a child ran out in between those cars? You wouldn't have had enough time to stop driving at that speed
All right.
down that road.
Okay.
And there was parked cars on both sides.
All right, yeah.
So, you know, it's a built-up area. Children run out all the time. Oh,
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah.
okay.
So also, popping in a roll, you could be saying, well, okay, how tall do you think the average 3-year-old is? I don't know. 3 foot? How tall's the average car?
Yeah,
Could they hide behind that car? I suppose they could, yeah. There could have been a
Yeah.
toddler there, couldn't there?
yeah.
You wouldn't have been able to... Oh, no, I see what you're saying, right. But
Yeah.
you've made the point, okay.
Yeah. And what about the order of the mirrors when you were going left?
Well, as long as you check them, it's all right, isn't it?
No, you need to do it properly. You need to check the mirrors in the right sequence.
It doesn't really matter, does it?
No, you need to check this one first because that gives you a true image of what's behind you.
Right.
This mirror can give you misleading information. It can make you think the vehicle behind you further away.
So I need to check this one.
You need to check that one first, yeah.
Right.
Make sure you know how far the car is behind you and how fast it's going.
Right. Yeah, well, I was checking them.
Yeah, but do them in this order. So this one first,
All right.
and that one second.
Okay.
Then you put on your signal. Not before, then. After you've checked your mirrors.
Doesn't make anything else, does it?
Yeah, it makes a difference.
Why?
Because you need to, before you signal, it's mirror, signal, manoeuvre, isn't it? So mirrors, check mirrors, signal, then, because initially you're checking your mirror and then you're slowing down, aren't you? And you're signalling.
I watch all my mates driving there. They do it that way. It doesn't seem to cause them any problems.
Well, people get into bad habits after they pass the test. But you shouldn't do that because safety is first and foremost, isn't it? It's safer to do it that way.
If you say so.
Okay. Do you understand why?
No. That's why I'm being resistant. Yeah. Watch all my mates.
I
do it.
know, I'm thinking,
Doesn't seem to be causing them a problem.
I'm trying to get,
Why do you check your mirrors before you signal?
because you want to know what's behind. Can we go back into the roll? I
Of
thought
course we can.
something.
Well, off you go.
Because you're looking in your mirrors to see how you're going to affect the cars around you, but you're also looking in your mirrors to see how they're going to affect what you're going to do.
What do you mean?
Well, for example, if you're looking in your mirror and then you check your mirror on the left, if there was a bicycle coming up right beside you at the time because you've slowed right down to make your manoeuvre, it's going to stop you from turning, isn't it? Because you're not going to turn and knock them over, are you? Well, you would do if you don't see them and you don't
Well, I mean,
walk.
if I put my signal on first, he wouldn't come up the inside, would he?
Not necessarily. How can you can't guarantee that he won't do that, can you? People do weird things.
So this is the way to tackle it.
Yeah.
Why do you do it that way? Why would you not drive at the speed I'm driving there? Why would you not be that close to the parked car? It's always safety. Well, because of this. We check them in this order because you're checking your mirror to make sure it's safe to do what you're about to do.
Yeah.
So if you've not checked your mirror first, you don't know it's safe, do you? You pop that signal on and somebody was overtaking you, what might they think?
Yeah.
Oh. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I've been particularly
Yeah.
awkward about that, just
No,
to
you need
illustrate
to
the
be.
point.
Yeah.
So you need to bring me on board.
Yeah.
That might even be just saying, you can't do that because of this. Have you considered what would happen if this happened? Well, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
What would you have done if a toddler had run out there? Yeah, they didn't though. Yeah, but what if they had?
Yeah.
So it's always the what if. What are the dangers of this? What
Yeah.
could have happened there? So you've got it here.
Oh,
What could have happened?
Yeah.
So, by showing me that, you go, right. So if you pop that signal on, somebody might be overtaking, they might brake hard, they might panic, they might hit you. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, it's if you're coming down here and you're signaling to turn right, and it's a motorcyclist, he's about to overtake you, you might scare him, you might fall off. That'll be on you, wouldn't it? Oh, I suppose, yeah. We don't want that, do we? No, we don't know. Now you know about it. So we get to this point with every fault, because if you move off without dealing with this,
Yeah.
it's going to get worse and
Yeah.
worse and worse. So we've now seen that, all right, I see what you're saying. I get it now.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
Have I done this? Excuse me. Have I done this enough? No.
Let's assume that I've come on board with that then.
All
and I'm
right.
saying, all right, I see what you mean. Right, okay then. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
Right. What's the plan? So, we're going to do it again. I'm going. We're going to do it a lot slower for a start.
All right,
But
okay.
I'll talk to you about the speed.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to.
So that's your plan for that. You're going to tell me
Yeah.
slower than that. This is the right speed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And
What's your plan for the mirrors?
plan for the mirror. I'm going to double check. I'll remind you, or no, I'll talk you through which mirror check to
So you're going
use.
to talk me through the speed. You're going to talk me through the mirrors.
So,
So that's our plan.
talk me through.
That means you've got the plan there,
Oh, plan. Sorry.
and then you're about to do it. Until you've done it, don't take it off.
You're right.
But that's
So,
part of your planning.
Mirrors, speed, and I'm a bit bamboozled about this one.
Right. So tell me what you're thinking there.
Well, I'm thinking.
So we're too close. What's your plan?
Yes, I'm thinking reference point, but that's not strictly a good method because.
It might be.
Well, yeah, but all vehicles are different. I mean,
Okay.
they're only similar to a point, so I'm not sure. Well, I could line them up, say for example, and then say, now this is about the right distance. Where do you roughly where do the cars roughly line up with a fixed point in the car?
Okay, that might work. Yeah.
Um,
But that depends on you being able to get me in the right place in the first place.
exactly.
You've tried that once. How did that work?
It didn't.
Didn't. No. So I've already shown you that
It's
maybe
quite
I can't be
difficult.
trusted to be
Yeah, that's
making
why I'm
that
a
call
bit.
on my own.
That's why I'm a bit.
You've sort of hit on it when you've talked about, we use reference points to judge our distance from the road.
So, if I can't quite trust you to do that in and around cars, am I best to do it in an area where there are no cars?
You
but
won't be able to
think of
dictate the
something
route.
else?
He'll say, I'll dictate the route.
Right. Okay.
So you could just ask, here's a suggestion for you. How do you normally judge your distance from the curb? Well, I'll just use that bubble on there. Okay. So if we kept the same distance between you and the curb and normal driving, between the parked vehicles and you, that'd be about right.
Right.
So we can use that same reference point, but instead of lining it up with the curb, you line it up with the edge of the vehicle.
Right.
All right, okay.
Right.
And that might work. So remember our line your reference point up.
Right.
All right. So
Yeah.
how are you judging that? And if he's getting it wrong, he'll give it. Well, I'm just lining it up with this. Well, that's putting us too close. So that reference point isn't right. I need you to have that point a bit further out.
Right.
So we'll maybe find a different point.
The only difference with that is a reference point that you would be using on the curb would be in a different place to a vehicle because the vehicles are higher.
You just use the tyres.
Right. Yeah. Right. What happens if you're squeezing in a small gap though because there's vehicles on both sides?
What would you do?
Well, I know. I'd just drive straight in the middle, but
You would. But would you do anything different?
well, obviously I'd slow right down.
There you go. So there's one straight away here, isn't there? So now clearly here we can't put ourselves too far out. We'll be too close to that one. So we're going to have to compromise here. Do you know what you'll do if that's compromised? If there isn't enough room? And he might go, should I go through slower? In this case he won't, because he's already been too fast. You go, I don't know. So you're going to have to go through really slow, so that you could stop if a car door opened. All right, okay. So if I'd not done that, I might give you the right answer. Might say, should I go through slower? But because I've already demonstrated I'm not very good at judging speed, I don't know. Beats the hell out of me. Well, you're going to have to go through at a snail's pace. So you can't be close to this field, we can't be close to that one either. So you put yourself in the middle of the gap and go through dead slow.
Right.
Right,
Really
okay.
slow.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So now we've got a
So-
plan for that.
We've got a plan for that. We've got a plan for this.
We've done the dangers there. I've come on
Yeah.
board.
Only just.
So it's now, well, yeah, just, but
Begrudgingly.
that's okay. I just wanted to explore this bit.
Yeah.
You've done it well enough on the. Now, if that was the test,
Yeah.
and you got to there with those two, and you hadn't done it with that one,
Yeah.
and you got to the end of the road, and this one was still rough, and these two were fixed.
Yeah.
How do you think the examiner views it?
I don't know. It's okay.
Which are the most dangerous things I've done there?
Oh yeah, these two easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
So, on
Yeah.
balance, you've done enough.
Yeah.
If one of these was missed, that's a whole different game.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you got a plan in mind?
Yeah. So
Once you've got the plan in mind, take a moment, don't let them pull straight off, take
Yeah.
a moment and think, right, what am I doing here? What do I need to do? I need to talk him through that, I need to remind him about his reference point for that, I'll get him to line his reference point up, I'll get him to check these mirrors here before he signals, and I'll get him to travel at 10 miles an hour.
So this one, travelling too close to the cars, the talk through, I guess, you can't do it, well, you can do it a little bit during, but you want to make sure it's in place before you set off.
So we've talked about reference point, let's assume that you're going to use that.
Yeah.
How do you line yourself with the
So-
curb in normal driving? Oh, well, I use that little bubble and there, line that up with the curb. Okay, so when we go past parked cars, to leave more room, let's line that up with the edge of the tyres.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But now you've got to make it happen.
Right. Okay. So remember what we discussed about your reference point that you use for going along the curb?
Oh, yeah, the bubble thing there.
Right. Well, we're going to try and implement that on the cars
All right, okay.
to allow us the same distance.
Okay.
So we get a good safe distance around the cars.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But obviously in this case, there's cars on both sides of the road.
Right.
So you'll need to make a compromise. And in doing so, you'll need to go much slower, just in case somebody opens the door. Because
Okay.
you won't be able to, there's not enough spaces there to leave enough gap.
No, there's not, no.
In case
no.
they both open.
That's quite tight, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how slow he came through.
Yeah, maybe even slower.
All right. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, are you ready to set off?
Yeah.
Okay. So remember your speed.
Oh,
Remember your speed. Now, just stop for a second. There's no one behind us. We can stop.
yeah. All right.
If they're both there, if they'd have opened his door, then would you have been able to stop?
No.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
So what does that tell you? You're going too fast.
Oh, is it? All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Are
So
you ready
even
to
slower?
start? Yeah.
All right.
Through a gap that size. Yeah.
All right, okay. Left at the end of the road.
So at the bottom, at the end of the road, I'd like you to go left. Okay, right.
Give it a stop.
Okay. Okay, so stop. Now, you went too close to that car we just passed.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
Okay, do you remember your reference points?
No.
No, right. Okay.
I
Carry
do
on.
know you mentioned it, yeah.
You do know I've mentioned it. Okay, so we'll use that same reference point on this next vehicle now. Okay, just cancel your. No, it's cancelled. Right, so. Now, how's that working for you? Remember your speed. Not too fast. No, you're still going too fast. Slow down to 10 miles an hour. Slow right down to 10 miles an hour. Okay, so remember your reference point around this vehicle.
Okay. I'll just pull up here just quickly. So you need to work harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to happen unless you make it happen.
No.
Don't say to me, remember. You make it happen.
Alright, okay.
Line your reference point up.
Right, okay.
Here's a part for you. Get your reference point lined up now. Come on. That's the one.
Okay.
Slower than that. 10 miles an hour. That's it. That's the speed we want.
Right.
Okay, we're coming through. Could you stop there if that door opened? I wouldn't need to because I'm far enough away. Or if it's too narrow, could you stop there? Oh, yeah, right, yeah. So that's the speed. So down to 10. That's a bit more down to 5. This is the right speed. Another vehicle coming up. Reference point, remember? Are we going to signal going past him? Yeah, I probably will. Check your mirrors first. So bang, bang, bang. Because
Okay.
it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
With these things here, the rest, and this is where it seems a bit strange, the rest of my driving's probably going to be fine, but
Yeah.
just on these 3 areas,
Yeah, it's
I'm now
I
suddenly
think that's what's that
single
feels
figure IQs.
alien, doesn't it?
It will.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. Okay. didn't know what to say then.
Slow down.
I was concentrating on the gap. Right, yeah. So, now, remember your reference point. Right, so you remember what speed we're doing? 10 miles an hour. Okay. Remember, now, bear in mind your reference point here on the curb.
Oh, yeah.
Right, well, think
Right,
about
do
that
that.
when you get to your next car.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you need
End of the road will go left.
So at the end of the road, we need to go left. Okay, remember that no, there's no need to signal that. Okay, think about that. Your reference point again. You were too close to that car. Right, just pull over on the left, please.
You've been ever so user-friendly, and it's lovely. It's lovely.
Am I?
Don't dress it up.
I'm polite.
Yeah, you are. And in that politeness, in the search for the polite way of saying it, you're losing the opportunity to say it. Just get in. Get in, get it done. Worry about the niceties
Do you know
afterwards.
what? I said this to my instructor, to Les. I said, that's going to be my problem. I'm too polite.
Just make it happen. You're driving the
How
car
do
from
I
that
make
seat.
it happen?
Drive the car from that seat in those areas.
Right. What, like, bullet point?
Let me show you. Would it help you if I demonstrated?
Yes, it would, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go left at the end of this road, Bob. But before we signal, or before we think about doing that, check your mirrors, interior and left. Now you can signal, now that we know it's safe. So this reference point you're using for the curb here, remember, that's what we're gonna line up with the tyres of the car. So I can say remember at this point because we're not having to do it. Now if you've been around, you already know. There are parked cars around this corner. So that's it, your reference point's lined up there nicely now. Now if you're looking at this new road, there's some parked cars. Get your reference point lined up with the edges of the tyres on this car. Slow down, 10 miles an hour. So it's still keeping that at 10, still got that lined up. Alright, okay. Now you can come back into your normal point. Check your mirrors before you move. Okay. So again, you've got your reference point lined up nicely with the curb. A little further up here, we know there's some parked cars, so as we're coming up to those cars, we want that reference point lined up with them. So there's the car now. You're thinking about signalling, check your mirrors first, so get a line lined up with the curb, you can mark for the curb lined up with the car. Next vehicle's a bit wider, so it's going to have to be a bit further out. You need to be slower than this, slower, 10 miles an hour, that's it. So your reference point's lined up there now. Now can you see you've got plenty of room? Oh yeah. Now that's slow down. Okay, 10 miles an hour, remember? Alright. Now looking ahead, what do you see? Well, there's some kids in the road. What speed do you think you're going to have to do here? I'm not right sure. Take more speed off, down to 5. That's it. Now we've got a little bit close to that car there. Remember your reference point, so line it up with the edge of the car. Alright, there you go. That's it. Just keep the speed down. That's it, 10 miles an hour here, maximum. So what are we going to do about the situation ahead? I'm not sure. Well, first, slow down. Come to a stop. We need to wait and see what's happening here. So let's see what he's going to do. Now he's letting us through. As we go through this gap, it's a little bit tighter on both sides, so we can't leave the same sort of space. So we're going to have to go through here at 5 miles an hour. That's too fast. Slow down. Now you can't use your reference point this time because it puts you too close to him. So let's keep moving really slow. Slower than that. That's it. Brake. This is the speed. No faster than this. It's because we can't give ourselves the space. We've got to go really slow. Now looking around the corner, we know there's a parked car there on the corner. I want you to use that reference point, get it lined up with the tyres on the curb. So we're going to go left. So mirrors first, interior and left. Now you can signal. So reference point, get that lined up at the side of the car, that's it, well done, good. Look into the road, there's some more parked cars. You're going to use that reference point again. So as we're coming down here, get a look at the tyres of the car, get that reference point lined up. Ease off the speed, that's too fast. That's it, this is the speed. Reference point lined up, go through at 10 miles an hour, no faster. In fact, let's take a little bit more speed off, let's get down to 5 because there could be kiddies around here everywhere. Remember your reference point, let's get it lined up with the curb there now. That's it, well done. That door could open, slow. This is the right speed. Now here we haven't got enough room, so we're going to go for the middle of the gap, so get you looking in there. Hold off on the speed, that's too fast. Alright, that's where we need to be. So that sort of level of control, so bang, make it happen.
Right.
Now let's pull over on the left. So can you see now how that leaves you enough room? Alright,
Yeah.
I see what you mean now. And can you see that by holding that speed down, you had time to stop there at all times. Also, we've made you check your mirrors before you've signalled this time, so we now know that we're safe all the time, aren't we? Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Now we can start thinking about prompting.
God.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's easy really, you're just focused on just those few things.
Yeah, it's practice, isn't
But
it?
it is. But it's getting rid of all this. Now if you wouldn't mind,
Please do this.
If you wouldn't mind awfully just helping him out here, old chap, by just having this reference point lined up, and if you would be kind enough to remember that. Will you remember that? No, I won't. So, just by really focusing in on these few things, you can get rid of all the other, because nothing else matters. I promise you on the exam, nothing else matters. If you went in there with the most appalling attitude ever and got this done, he'd just be saying to you at the end, you might want to think about becoming a bit more user-friendly, mind, because your customers aren't going to like it.
Well, I prefer that than to pass than...
Then they say, you're such a lovely person, but I'm afraid you've not made it this time, because you're just too nice. Does that help? Does it hinder?
It does. No, it helps. It helps. It's just getting into that frame of mind, isn't it?
So, take a moment. I'll move off in a second. Forget this car. It doesn't exist.
Right, okay. No, we don't drive through it.
Nor does the white one.
Right.
I'll drop into roll when I get past those vehicles.
Okay.
And we'll go to the end of the road and we'll do the same loop.
All right.
And just get a bit of practice. If it doesn't work... Oh, it was very close to us there.
What a flippin' heck. You need a lesson.
I know just the person to give him it. Take your clipboard and get in that car with him.
Yeah.
So I'll drop in the roll after we get past there. So just have a moment to get yourself psyched up. Just throw yourself at it. If it goes pear-shaped, we don't care. We'll just press the reset button and work on what's next.
All right.
So if it's not working right, fine. If you want to stop, just shout up. Other than that, talk me through just these faults.
Just these faults.
Just these faults. Everything else will be fine.
Right.
If there's a mistake in something else, I did it by accident.
Right.
So don't worry about it. So I'm driving through this gap as though that white car isn't there.
Okay.
So in roll once we're past the end of here, we'll go to the end of the road and turn left. Just do that one loop
Okay,
that we just did.
once we're past this bit. Right. So at the end of this road.
Yes,
turn
please.
left. Right, so at the end of the road, I'd like you to go left. Okay. So we're not in roll yet?
Yes.
Oh, we are. Right, you're going far too fast.
All right.
Okay.
Left
Slow
at the
down.
end.
Left. So at the end of the road, go left. Go right down to 10 miles an hour.
Okay.
Right down, slow. Now that's better. That's more like the speed you need to be going at now.
Okay.
Make note of the curve. So at the end of the road, going left. Okay, now just around this corner are some more parked cars.
Alright.
Just slow down. Right, that's more the speed you want.
Okay.
So think about the reference point here in the curve. Think about the reference point here in the curve.
Yeah.
Right, now use that same reference point to the edge of these tyres around this car. Right, now that's the distance you want to be from the cars.
Okay.
Okay, so just slow down, slow down. 10 miles an hour. 10 miles an hour. Now keep it at this speed. This is the speed we want.
There's 20 around here, doesn't it?
Yeah, but we're going, there's parked cars on both sides of the road.
Alright, okay.
Children could come around, run out from the houses, can't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so reference point on these tyres, remember. Use your reference point around these cars. Now again, slow down, slow down. Remember your speed, 10 miles an hour. Now there's cars on both sides of the road here, so you won't be able to use your reference point,
Alright.
but slow down. Okay, when there's cars on both sides, you want to be going at 5 miles an hour. And there's cars on both sides now, so 5 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour. And can you see how that feels better? If someone was to open their car door, you would be able to stop at this speed. Okay, using your reference point, that's a good distance, that's good space. Slow down again, your speed's creeping up. 5 miles an hour.
Left to the other road.
So at the end of the road, going left. Remembering your reference points. No, no, again.
Do another loop.
Pardon?
We'll do another loop.
Okay. Okay, now 5 miles an hour. You're got cars on both sides of the road. Someone could open the car door. A child could run out. You could run over them.
We'll just pull it on the left again for that one loop. Tell me what you're feeling just now.
I'm not sure.
Is it frustration?
Yeah.
It's natural.
Is it?
You're having to work hard, and the very second you let me off the leash a little, I'm cocking it up again.
Yeah.
You're just like, ugh. Now, it's not deliberate. He's not doing it because he doesn't believe what you've said. He's doing this to test you in a particular way.
Yeah.
Are you able to talk me through and eliminate those mistakes?
Yeah.
And until you've pulled over and said, right, I've talked you through that a few times, I'll be passing some of that responsibility to you.
Yeah.
Until you've passed some of that to me, it's all on you.
Right.
And it's like, oh, I'm having to tell you again and again, and it can become, but yeah, of course you're going to.
Yeah.
Because we're still in the phase where you're talking me through it. I will not, under any circumstances, start to get that right.
Right.
Until you've made it right.
Okay.
Then we can pull over and say, okay,
Right.
that's working better, isn't it? All right. Now I'll hand some of that responsibility to you. There's no way I'm taking that responsibility until we hand it over.
Right.
And I agree that I'm happy to do it.
Okay.
Up till then, it's all on you.
Okay.
And the very second you withdraw your support, it'll go wrong. So you're talking me through every instance of it. Bang, bang, bang.
So was I doing that then okay?
Yeah, but then you sort of trusted me on the next one, so I got too close.
Yeah.
And then you trusted me on the next one, so I got too fast.
Yeah.
So you just got to control it all the time. Now you may just do it 2 or 3 times, then pull over and say, right, that's the sort of speed. All right, that's very slow, that, isn't it? Yes, but could you stop there? Oh yeah, I could, yeah. So what we'll do now is we'll hand some of the responsibility over to you. So I'll just prompt you, I'll just remind you about it next time. Are you happy with that? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Now the frustration is gone a little bit because you're not having to do everything. And it is very frustrating to talk somebody through it, them get it right, and then immediately get it wrong again. It's like, it can mess you with your head, because that's not how human beings behave normally.
No.
So if you're feeling that frustration, stop the car.
Right.
Just get it to pull over straight away.
Right.
Okay. So, how was that? It's all right, I think. Okay. Well, we're still not always doing it 100% of the time, so we're going to go along here, and I'm going to make sure that we get it right this time. We'll do it a couple of times, and then we'll pull over and have a chat. How's that? Yeah, okay. Make me do it a couple of times, and you might not even get it a loop. You might go past 2 parked cars and then pull over and say, how was that? All right. Can you see now how that's making us safe? Oh, yeah, I can. Well, what we'll do now is, on the next couple of attempts, I'll just prompt you. Happy with that? Yeah, I think so. And you're showing him, you're demonstrating the ability to go through these core comps and to transfer responsibility. But it's a very, this phase where you're doing the full talk through, it can be a very frustrating phase, because as soon as he sniffs you're reducing support, you'll get it wrong. So it must be total and utter support on those areas.
Right.
For every instance.
Okay.
So you're doing well, though. You're getting in ahead of time. You know, there's some cars around this corner. All right, yeah. And I'm saying to you, it's just... What's the story there, do you think?
I don't know. But you bring me to some lovely places, don't you?
Does it take it? Anyway, no, we're on video. We'll not be judgmental.
No.
So, how does that feel? Does that make sense?
Yes. Well, yeah, kind of. Because I feel like I'm doing everything I can do. I don't know what else more I can do to fix it.
You're doing exactly nothing.
Right. So,
all you can do in this stage, and this is where it can help you to see that, you know, to see through the frustration. You're doing what you need to do. You're making it happen, right? You're attempting the human thing, which is to reduce support a little and not get in as early this time. I'll just get it wrong because we're in talk through phase at the moment. Right. I'm not going to. A learner driver will willingly go, oh, inside their head. They won't even say it. I see what you mean, and they'll start doing it on their own. I won't. The only time I'll start doing it on my own is when we pull over again, or if we've got a long straight road and we discuss it. Right, how do you feel about having a little bit of a go at that if I just prompt you? Yeah, I'll have a go at that. Now I'll take the responsibility. But until that point I won't, because I'm not a real boy.
Okay.
Made of wood.
Yeah. So when we were doing that then, should I have pulled you over and said this? Or?
Well, you can. I mean, all we've been doing there is just practicing that talk through thing. So once you've done it a few times, just say, okay.
Yeah.
You might ask him on the move if you feel that there's space for you to do it. If not, just pull over. Okay, how would you feel about maybe taking some of the responsibility of that on your own? If I just give you a prompt next time, you think you... And he's either going to go, oh, yeah, I wouldn't mind to go that, or he'll go, yeah, if you think so.
Right.
So he's not saying to you, I don't know if you've done enough. What he's doing is he's playing the role and not helping you.
Right. So from there to there.
So this is a staged process.
Yeah, you've got
You might get from there straight to that. You might say, "Oh, I wouldn't mind a go on my own on that. I think I've got it now."
You can only hope you get one of those examiners that help you.
Well, if he's happy with what you've done and he's starting to run at a time, he's going to give you the opportunity to see, to test it. And if he does do it right on his own, you know you've got it. But you may never get to that because you might still be doing these things. But he's still happy that he's seen that you're along the right path.
Right. Okie doke.
Yeah, of course, you'll have this video to refer back to.
Yes.
Have a look at it and have a think. Okay, how did that work? How did it not?
Yeah. I'll cringe.
Everybody cringes when they watch themselves on the video. So it's just really to help you see the process that's at work here. And if you nail these skills, a pass is coming in your direction.
Right.
You've already got all the core comps, all the basic skills in place. You know what to do. It's a case of how are we going to package those skills now.
Yeah.
Have a think about it in terms of this when you're doing your next training sessions with Les. If you really make sure you're nailing those, you'll be like, oh, okay. Right, fantastic, well done.
Yeah.